Morning guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna do something that I've been waiting for a long time, a limb change on my Hoyt RX-7 Ultra with S-cams. I have a new set of limbs, 60 to 70 pounds, so same poundage as the ones that are on the bow, but these limbs are camo, so they're an OptiFade elevated 2 camo pattern, and I'm gonna have these on my black riser RX-7 Ultra. I think it's a cool combo. I haven't really seen this done that much, so we're just gonna do this and I'm gonna walk you through it, more or less what tools I'm using, how I do this, the limb change, and what the result is. Alright, so we're gonna get straight to it. First I'm gonna show you a bit the tools that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna be keeping the same strings on the bow, just the limbs will change. I'm gonna show you more or less what the process is, and I'll also make a list of the tools that I'm gonna use. So in no particular order, of course we have the limbs here. So the new OptiFade elevated 2 limbs that just came from Hoyt a day ago. I have some white lithium grease that I'm gonna use on the limb pockets and the limb rockers. I have some isopropyl cleaning fluid, so I'll need this to clean any gunk, anything like this that, you know, this bow is more than 2 years old now, so there's some stuff probably there. I have a flathead screwdriver. I'll need this to push the E-clips out. This is a 2022-2023 bow, so it still has E-clips. I have my Allen key set. I'll need this for the roller guard. A silver, or in my case a gold tip Sharpie. I'll be using the Sharpie to mark on my bow press the starting point, and also a rag to clean any unwanted stuff. It's good to have there. So we got the limbs here, the Hoyt shim tool, which I'm gonna use to take out the shims. I have some new washers, that thin fiber washer that comes between the E-clip and the limb. These have been difficult to source. I'll put the link to it in my description of the video. And of course, coffee and the bow. Okay guys, so the bow is in the press now. Before doing that, what I made sure was to remove 4 turns from each side, top and bottom limbs. These limbs are just 70 pounds, but there's still a lot of tension on it, so it helps if you can remove some turns before putting your bow in the press and doing any work on it. That's definitely safer. I also made sure to remove all my accessories to make it easier to work on it. And the other thing that I did was to check that these limb fingers, they all match. If you look from the top here, you have to have these limb fingers more or less in the middle of the limbs, pushing against the limbs in this kind of way, more or less. Over here as well, that's on the top cam, the same. Limb fingers have to be more or less in the middle of the limbs, equal pressure, and make sure they are snug up against it and behind here. Okay. I'll remove my activation cord from my arrow rest. I'll be removing these limbs anyway, so I want to get this out of the way. This cord, still gonna remove the knot that I made here, and then let's just unscrew it. That's what I like about these Vapor Trail arrow rests. They're so simple to work on and also to adjust. There you go, cord comes out. I remove this from the limb. I'll also take this pad off, which I'll need for the other one, but I'll match this when I put the new limbs on. So another thing, guys, that I almost forgot to mention is taking photos of your setup, because you'll be removing the cables and everything. You want to put it back the same way. I'm gonna take some top photos here from the bow. Make sure I know how to set it up back. So I'm gonna mark more or less where my bow press is at now. with the bow in the vise. After having a bit of coffee. Nice. So we're gonna press the bow. I'm just gonna remove these limb dampeners. I'm not gonna need them for now. Okay, so gonna start pressing the bow. I have some paper clips here to put them between the cables. I want to make sure no twists are removed, so I can put them back, put the bow back together, and be as close as possible to my initial setting. So I'm gonna start pressing the bow slowly. First of all, you don't need to press the bow that much. Once you have a bit of slack in the string like here, that's more than enough to remove the cables and the strings. So that should be plenty enough. So first we're gonna start with the string coming off from here. That's a good thing about using the same strings. Everything is pre-stretched, so nothing really to worry about. I'm gonna disconnect it from both sides. I'm gonna get one of these paper clips ready. I'm just trying, guys, to make sure I don't lose any twists that I already have made in the string. So that's the one. With the cables, the thing that you have to be wary of is the fact that you'll have to take the roller guard off. So I'm going to take the roller guard off to be able to remove the cables in the middle here. Okay, easy does it. Just be careful with the roller guard. It has a lot of washers, and there's a particular order that they go in. So maybe just take some photos. Be careful with that. Okay, didn't manage to lose any washers just yet, so that's great. Just like here. So I set that down on the table. Now I'll grab another paper clip. I'll get this cable out first. Okay. So as we said, guys, we'll try not to lose any twists at all. We want to keep the timing to be more or less as before, which, you know, I timed the bow before, it was great. We want to keep the same poundage, draw length, all these factors, they're affected by how many twists you have in your string or in your cable. So I'll put this to the side, the other cable. Now the last one. Okay. Same paper clip treatment. Paper clip here. Put this through. Look, mom, no hands. So no strings. The bow is more or less bare now. Okay, so another sip of coffee before we actually relax these limbs on this bad boy. I'm gonna put a hand here under the riser. You wanna make sure this bow is not gonna just slide out violently from under the press, and this can happen because of the pressure that's applied to the limbs. You wanna keep one hand here while you slowly open the press up, while you slowly relax the limbs. So we're gonna do that. Let's see, easy does it. So these limbs are, although they're not so past parallel, they're under a lot of tension in any case. Yeah, so keep your hands there. The hand under the riser, I mean. They're close to horizontal, yeah, they are. Alright, wow. Alright guys, so, look at that. Huh? Probably we can't really shoot this one. See those bearings? Oh wow. Silky smooth. Must be those Hoyt bearings. Alright guys. So now that we have the limbs out, we're going to take out the cams. We're going to remove slowly the shims and place the cams with the axles, ET clips everything together, top and bottom. I want to make it easy to put the cams back on the lens. So just pop this in there. Not the easiest thing, but that's for sure. Okay, now look, this lens now they should pop out easily. So there you go. Wow, that was really easy. And I can show you that. So just come out like that. Second one. You can see that this plastic spacer here is still there, so I'm not going to set on it for the new lens. I'll just do like a quick look at the pockets. They're pretty nice, pretty good. The lockers as well. These things are using the lockers. Alright. I'll put just a bit of grease. Teeny grease here. There. Put in there. Then pocket. There's any excess I will remove it. Just going to show you more or less how much I added. Okay. So now we're going to go to the main box. To this thing. Maybe put a bit of grease in here. Just like that. Okay, well, it's done. Make sure it's actually secured in the this again. did it. Check it over there. Alright. Those are secured. Doesn't look half bad, does it? Okay, so I'm going to put top candle back in. Much easier to work on these when you put the cams off. That's through, all the way through. Yes, it's all the way through. I remove. Washer. So that's the top done. I'm going to follow the same process for the left. Just do that quickly. They're all the same reflection, so you don't really have to check. I check the numbers that I've inscribed on them, and it's basically the same number, so you don't have to worry too much about reflection there. Alright, so now with the limbs and the cams back on, we're gonna go ahead, put the bow back in the press. We're gonna throw the cables and strings back on. So first, double check that everything is seated properly. The limbs against the limb pocket in the rocker. Cams back in as they should. That's why it's good to take photos before. Okay, everything seems to be alright. So the bow is gonna go back in the press now. Okay. Just to open a bit. Again, safety first. Make sure the fingers are in the middle of the limbs against the top part of the finger, so the bow is secured in. Check. Yeah. Up there as well. As we mentioned, when we relax the limbs, when we're pressing the bow back down, go slowly, pay attention to what you're doing. Okay, seems to be doing fine so far. It's good to have a hand underneath the riser to make sure the bow doesn't try to pop out on you. Okay. I think we're almost there. So we're gonna try to see if we can get one of the cables in. Refer back to the photos you took before. That's what I'm gonna do. So looking at the bow, I'm gonna get one of the cables. Which should be identical, hopefully. I just realized now the cams, this cam at least, is okay. Trying to get everything seated properly. Okay, more or less. Second cable going in now. Let's move the paper clip. door. Cable comes here through the side. To this roller. Checking you guys can see what I'm doing. To this roller and then hooks over here. Right. Then we're gonna get the main string back on. The main string goes back on now. That's the main string. So the bow is put back together, cables and strings are back on. Take it out of the press slowly. Okay. Not that bad. Cables actually look pretty good in terms of where they were. Timing shouldn't be off by much. Alright guys, that's the finished product. If you want to do this in the future to your own bow, you want to swap the limbs, don't forget to take photos, take measurements, and the most important is to pay attention to what you're doing and be careful because it can be a dangerous process. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment if you find this video helpful. I'll catch you on the next one, and don't forget, keep shooting straight.